boxing the ground. No. Let's move on from this. Let's see some real boxing, Harry, some brutality as we get into map number 2 of this series. It's MVP's pick of Inferno. It's a map down and facing elimination here in Group B of the Minor. The Thai team versus the Koreans. MVP already flashing their way up B. They've got a lot of utility. I imagine this is for the set piece B take, but ALPHA Red triple stacked here. Myros is ready with a flashbang on Coffins, and at the right time, he's going to burst these 2 players aggressively, but make that just 1 player, because Zeta tapping down Fox. The flash is good. Olivia needs to get out, but he goes back in with another one, and that's going to be his life gone.
Yeah, CT smoke going down, and that's Myros locked out of this bomb site.
Ooh, there's a gap.
There's a gap in that.
Oh my god. He's going to run out of ammo. He's got 9 bullets.
Yeah, he's got 9 bullets. Now, I mean, there's only 4 opponents, so I guess, you know, you look at it, and a good marksman should have more than enough, but it's easier said than done. Myros creeping forward. Rest of his team here to try and assist. 789 is instantly traded and tapped down. KNTZ caught in the crossfire that they had set up. Those 2 players inside of the site just kind of drawing the attention of ALPHA Red in, and then the one man on Banana was able to, you know, he can either wait for the defuse if those players die, or he can peek while the CTs are distracted, and that's exactly how Zion plays that. So a great setup there from MVP. Even double stacking emo, I mean, that's just gremlin-y to say the least, right? Like, you're 4 on 3 up, you bait and switch the emo position, which is also a bait and switch for the banana position. You've double bait and switched.
You also have new box.
Yeah, I mean, that just felt unwinnable from this setup alone.
ALPHA Red holding W down mid though with these pistols. Fox actually gets a kill on Banana. They were all so, nice shot. They were also...
He did a lot of damage there.
Attached to that mid push that they never realized he was coming in from the backline. I like that idea as well, like pushing 4 down mid, making it seem like everyone's there. You can see Zeta's got his back turned to top B. He has no idea what's about to hit him. Everyone's attentive towards a mid position, then boom, you get shot in the back of the head. So it's a way of getting a kill or 2, but it still won't be around. It's just going to keep the money at bay here for MVP. ALPHA Red coming in with a buy round though. Full M4s. No kits, but it is Inferno, so if the bomb goes down, there's always a good chance you're going to save anyway. Enough utility, but not exactly a plentiful amount. MVP have taken the top of B very early on into this round. Olivia's ready for a smoke to go down straight away, and he might need to throw it sooner rather than later. They're already in the B site. He's going to have no time to throw down utility. Fox with a Molotov, and Olivia spraying through. Tags done. But again, come back to this point of there being no kit. Now, while it would be typical to save if you lose the B site, they've kept everyone alive. They're definitely going to go for this, but now their time to defuse is doubled.
Yeah, I mean, there's a fresh smoke throwing down from MVP. They've still got a Molotov on stacks, and you can see he's back on Banana. Oh, it's into the meat grinder they go. Zion, Zeta, World Eaters, they're churning through ALPHA Red, and oh my word. Myros is left cowering back in CT. Zeta's going to put him down. Much more convincing stuff from MVP here. A 3-0 lead. Inferno. We see exactly why we hype it up so much for this MVP squad, as they're looking dominant early on here.
And the crazy part is that CT side is the better of 2 halves for them. So keep that in mind. They're already dominating in the first few rounds of their terrorist half.
You know, one thing I will say is, I think, like, if MVP are able to keep this up and continue playing so well here, it really shows how Free-For-All Mix, considering their circumstances, did a pretty good job of taking them to 29 rounds on this map earlier on today.
Yeah, I think Free-For-All Mix did a fantastic job in this tournament considering how little practice they had. And by little, I mean none, Harry.
I can't think of like a minor where like, in recent memory, where a team has just rocked up like, yeah, we're just 5 guys, played in the qualifier.
Yeah,
like,
they even said, we played qualifier for fun, and then we were like, oh wait, we won. We're going to Berlin. Okay.
You would have to go as well, because imagine you turn around like,
I didn't think we were going to win, guys. I'm actually busy that weekend. Well, yeah, props to them. And I mean, it was a great chance for players like players like those FPL guys to really show themselves off. It's like Black Eagle, show what he's made of and show what he can do on the big stage. But now, Pistols in middle, crunch time. Myros gets mollied forward, but there's a smoke down. Oh, they're backing off, and he knows it because he's still ahead of that Molotov. MVP running back towards B. Do ALPHA Red beat them? There's a rotate coming through CT, but MVP are already here.
3 bodies at the bottom site, and now 3 corpses almost. 2 at least right now. 3rd about to join them, perhaps. Ooh. It is my rolls here. KNTZ, 1 on 4, smoke down.
Run.
And he's going to save. Hold on to the Deeg armor into this next round. A 4-0 lead for MVP. And this is another round that they're able to keep a lot of players alive. This T side building up a pretty terrifying bank account. I feel like, a lot of these maps, like Inferno especially, it can be very... Well, actually, Inferno maybe less so, but regardless, it can become like very easy to fall behind, even with this new economy, just because buying up is so much more expensive, right? T-side, you can at least, with a bomb plant, that extra $800 on top of the $3,400, you get $4,200. That's an AK, that's some nades behind it. So if you're able to do that, even if you keep losing rounds, you've at least got buys, right? You don't have that same insurance over on the CT side. So you can be in these situations where you lose a round, you buy. If you lose that round, then you partially invest. And I mean, if you can't win with a full buy, how do you have much hope winning with a partial investment?
I mean, you say that.
No, I know. Yeah. And I know it happens a lot. But it's not something you can bank on, right? And it's like... You get in these situations where it's like, losing 1 round, it almost becomes a guaranteed 2-for-1 for your opponent. And that's just horrid, especially CT side Inferno, where you need to have the extra cash to be bringing in that utility, bringing out the AWPs. You need defuse kits as demonstrated there because the rotations are so long.
You make a great point, but isn't it crazy to think about how you talk about, it's really hard to get back when you're buy eco. When, 6 months ago, we had that old economy where you could, you could lose like 6 rounds in a row, win 1, lose the follow-up, and you're just screwed. You just lost the game. That's it. You just get reset. It's kind of crazy how.
I don't know, because I think
so long.
I think that before it was like buy eco, whereas now it's like buy partial, and I don't like that.
I know that's still the same. So if you're losing,
oh yeah.
Assume if you're losing all your rounds,
if you win. And then you lose the reset. I still prefer the old economy.
I like it to some regard. I like how you get more rifle rounds. I didn't like how those rifle rounds are less important. You need to find a midpoint. I don't have any solutions, Harry.
No, that's the problem.
I just know the problems. That is the problem. In this round, though, man advantage for MVP, and I like how they give up B, or quote-unquote give up. Zeph is still holding the bottom of logs, so ALPHA Red are going to send an aggressive player down to sandbags and rotate the other man. Myro's coming through A. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if MVP throw a bunch of nades towards A and double back towards B. They've been playing with the rotations a lot this game, and with the Zeph still committed, it's always an option if things don't go well on A. Now, if they get 2 kills straight away, then of course they commit, but we'll have to wait and see. 789 in the apartment, and that's where some of these Ts are going. 40 seconds as the Molotovs go down, and these Ts are looking to commit. A bomb's up short. KNTZ fully blind. There's a man jumping out of the balcony, landing in the pit side. Goomba stops 789. Bomb dropped. Plenty of time for them to pick it up, but they need to get the kills first, and they will. Myrol's dead on the site to the AWP, and Olivia, the solo B player, is out of the round.
The flashbangs from MVP were so good that KNTZ was blind for like a minute. That's what it felt like. Just stood off on the sight box, and every time he was about to get his vision back, you could see him like getting psyched up, ready to start going, and then just gone again.
Sorry, guys, you can't play the game.
Yeah.
It's not allowed.
No, not today at least, KNTZ. A 5-0 lead for MVP. They are dominating here on Inferno.
Kind of what I expected somewhat, but not this, not in such a way, not in such a dominant scoreline. 5-0, no rounds found by ALPHA Red. Another save coming in for Olivia, but that's the only positive we've got to talk about. A bit of money to play with, and otherwise, the CT side has kind of fallen flat on its face. Here comes that partial, Harry. I heard you're a big fan. pistols, and light cover. They've even got some smokes to slow down any kind of play of MVP, but MVP know the timings. They're not going to fall into these traps of being kept behind smokes until the last 20 seconds of the round. Especially not if they just rush B against a solo rifle. Olivia has no support here. He is playing that one-man B hold, and MVP have read the situation very well. 2 players at the top already. They can just flash this peak. Olivia has a Molotov to throw down upon spotting 2 players moving forward, but if he dies, that's it. That's probably the round, because MVP aren't slowing down. They found the one rifle. They know it's a partial buy, and they've taken the B site. Oh, how Inferno goes, Harry.
Yeah, and if you're Alpha Red, you're saving here. I mean, you can go for it, right? And you can look at it like, okay, they've got to buy in the next round anyway. But at this point, you're not winning a 4-on-5 with Deegs and CZs. That's what I mean. Like, they've been struggling even with 4 rifles stacked up at a bomb site, holding, let alone retaking with just pistols. They play the long game, and I think that's the right decision. You know, still maintaining confidence in their system so that when they have everything they need, when they have all their utility, they're believing that that's going to be enough. And I like that decision. For MVP, 5 players staying alive here, massive for them. This money keeps on building up. It's just no longer an issue for the Koreans. And they also don't really hunt down any of these saving players. Knowing that they're not taking any rifles into that round, they just say, fine, keep the $650 head armor.
Yikes. Obviously, that's for the map. But even so, if you believe in Alpha Red right now, head on over to gg.bet. If you want, if you're over the age of 18. Yeah, this is a real start for MVP. They want Mirage, Harry, and they might get it.
And that's the thing. If this goes to Mirage, I don't even know what's going to happen in that realm. Like, that's a
wait and see situation.
That really is, because at that point it's just so 50-50. It's like it's the El Clasico of Asian CS like map pools. That said, I mean, for MVP. I always believed that, you know, they, like, for example, they're Nuke, fantastic. They're Inferno, great. I think they're like one of these teams that do prefer the more tactical side of maps.
It's not a pug team.
Yeah, I mean, that said, their Train, little lackluster. But I just think like Mirage, probably the puggiest map in the pool.
Yeah.
I think there's even more strategy on Dust too.
No. Not more strategy. It's like 3 strats on Dust.
Yeah, there's just the same amount on both.
B or A. Those are the 3.
Dust 2 is just like the expansion. Well, Mirage is like the expansion of Dusty, like the reskin.
Well, either way, 6-0 right now for MVP. That's a nice angle. Olivia holding for the close peak. Zeph didn't know he was so nearby with that orb. He'll pay the price. Finally an advantage for Alpha Red and a chance to back off into the site. Double AWP could be the difference maker here for this team. One of them on either side of the map. Myrol's playing close short. VP, where do they go from here? They still have their own AWP as well. They're working their way up towards this A site. I like how Alpha Red have the AWPs playing not proactive, but also not too passive. They're holding, you know, aggressive angles while also not taking too many risks. It's a nice nice combination. 789 gets another advantage, rather. Myros doesn't need to go around this corner. He could face his own demise, but he gets away with his shot. This round has just turned on its head. Alpha Red in a 5-on-1. Finally, a HSK gets a kill, but this would need to be a 1-on-5, and he's just going to sit in the Molotov. It climbs the cart, and he will burn.
And so finally, we're able to see something go Alpha Red's way, right? We're actually able to see around pan out the way that they'd kind of envisioned. Now, as we've been painting the picture of this entire first half thus far, for MVP, money no longer really a problem. They can afford to invest in this round, irregardless of losing that last one. Rifles out across the board. Decision made to not purchase up the AWP here for MVP. You understand why. T-side Inferno, definitely not required.
Yep.
Alpha Red, they've really gone hard on the AWPs. Olivia and Myrol's both donning them.
Oh, blind timing shot. It doesn't get much better than that for Olivia. Finding an opening kill 2 rounds in a row now. And he's not done. He's posted back up towards CT. They've got to be careful if they go around this corner. Flashbang going to be required. And it will come through fully blind. And they're just going to rush this B site, go fast and furious. Another kill from Fox, who will be able to flash his way back in through that coffin smoke. It won't get the player up close, but he still gets the spray. Almost converts it to the damage done onto Stax, who was blinded initially. But he gets shot through the smoke. And Zion is left dead. Wallbang. I think that's 2 coffins.
Yeah, it was. Olivia is really coming into his own in these last couple of rounds. Since getting that AWP in hand, he has been the man to find the openers in both of these rounds that ALPHA Red have picked up. So
it's the Olivia we wanted to see.
It definitely is. And, you know, if he can kind of find this footing, having a prominent CT AWPer who isn't afraid to take those early battles down Banana can be the defining factor for a team on Inferno. It allows for you to go for these more aggressive plays, really stem that early aggression over towards B and deny that huge area of map control that is Banana the way of MVP. And most critically, it allows for you to eventually try and build into that solo AWP setup on Banana and have a 4-man A stack with the AWP gathering that kind of information a little bit sooner. And the benefit to having the AWP over an M4, say, in that situation is the AWP, you know, it gets the information in the same way that an M4 player could, but you also have that ability to just fire one shot. Maybe you take a man advantage, maybe you trade it equal, blah, blah, blah. You take one shot and then you back off. So you get the information and you've had a chance at securing an advantage for your team in the process. It's a lot harder to do that with the rifles here. Aggression down Banana once again, and they get the trade, or the equalizer at least, but Olivia takes one down with him. That was lightning speed. The kills, you know, milliseconds apart.
Yeah, and that's actually going to force another rotate back towards B. I'm not sure if... Ooh, another rotate. Okay, this is a very heavy setup. We might actually see one of the AWPs just thrown over here and swapped, but triple B right now. I guess they have been dealt so many B plays that they want to set up like this, and you can see Myros is going to flash them back into Banana. The issue is there's no one there, Harry. They're all on A right now, or at least walking up to it, so this rotate from Myros after flashing a teammate in comes back towards the A site. He is going to be needed. There's an apps play coming through as well with Zion up in the balcony. HSK moving through short. Myros does have that cross, but KNTZ is watching for the pit drop right now, so it's down to the wire. Nice shot from Myros. He's got to climb back up on the box, and he doesn't realize someone's got him up so close. HSK dropped with the bomb on the site, and Zeta will follow shortly after. 7, 8, 9 with 3. Not even the retake needed.
Yeah, this is a nice resurgence from ALPHA Red. We're starting to see some smiles, you know, we're starting to see some happiness return to this team. There was not a chance of smiling 3 rounds ago when you were 6-0 down in the hole and it was feeling like MVP were just going to steamroll you here in this second map.
Zeta? Hello? There it is.
That decision to buy came in super late. They were going to eco. Zeta had already left spawn.
They definitely, I don't know if they were going to eco.
Or just maybe, I don't know. It looked like it was maybe just going to be a partial investment. Yeah. But I noticed Stax invested in, initially it was just Krieg armor down to 1.9k, or like 1.8. And then one other guy bought up and then they just all did.
Either way, they've got enough to buy. There's no reason not to get an investment here. Zion has low utility and they don't have the AWP, but not a worry. Definitely a worthy purchase.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they've got everything they need in this round, right? Sure, you lose this one, your eco, but... Oof. I mean, it's not like they're heading into this with anything less than you would have liked. They do manage to get control of top Banana in this round. They use that utility to force Olivia away. And this is something that MVP have really struggled with in these last few rounds. So now that they've got a foothold here, now that Olivia hasn't secured a man advantage on the back of, or like, you know, as his trade, as his input for them getting top Banana control, MVP, I'm wondering if we can see them find more success towards this inner site. That looks to be where this play ends up. 35 seconds left. Olivia and 7, 8, 9 all that remained to hold back this push.
Huge smoke grenade as well. They're going to have to go through that or go at the 15-second mark. I feel like they're going to go for a combination of the two. In through the edge and towards CT. 789 grabs one. Trade is there, but Olivia still stands with the AWP. He needs to give up the site and play for retake. They have the advantage, but even then, Inferno B site is so difficult, and Zeta spammed Foxes through the smoke. Ouch. 3-on-3 now. Kits and flashbangs to get back into this one, but MVP are fully boxed into the site. No one playing Banana. That can be a blessing and a curse, of course, because Zai needs to dedicate to watching it, but at the same time, they've got great crossfires and another bait and switch. So spray coming through, not connecting. Zai doubles it up in the pool, and Olivia with the AWP, he's got to hit some shots, and he's got to hit them quickly. Not going to happen. What a round from Zai.
Yeah, Zai doing a stellar job. 4 kills for him. Olivia takes one step before he peeks that corner, and that was all it took. Zai just immediately hears that, turns around, head on a swivel, like an owl. Is it them that can rotate their heads 180 degrees?
It's pretty disgusting. It's pretty creepy, actually.
Yeah?
Imagine if humans could do that.
Be sick, wouldn't it?
No. Eyes in the back of the head taken to a whole new level.
Breaking necks would be really hard.
Yeah, that.
Just like really.
I won't be able to do that anymore. That's my favorite hobby.
Because it's like right now, at least when you're breaking a neck, you don't have to like put up with like, you know.
Yeah, you get 45 degrees and you're probably done.
Yeah,
really,
exactly,
if you
right?
do it hard enough.
Whereas 180 before the snap happens, that's enough time for like a lengthy conversation to happen. And, whoa.
A lengthy conversation.
Like,
no one's having a lengthy conversation while they get their head snapped, Harry.
Oh dear.
Any more of that and I'm going to turn your neck. Wring it out like a towel.
Like a cow?
Like a towel.
Oh, I was going to say, what the hell did you do?
Why are you wringing towels? What's going on?
Oh, MP9 time. Foxes gets traded. 3-on-3. B-bomb site grabbed, nabbed. Zeta's here. Already up past that smoke in CT. Molotov will follow. The bomb's been retrieved from the bottom of Banana. 789. Molotov. Does it force him forward or does it force him back? That flash is made him blind, so in the end, it doesn't really matter.
His team flash as well. He went a bit too early because the Molotov was licking at his feet. He had to go, but he could have looked away in the meantime. And yeah, that's going to call the save. ALPHA Red creep on out of the round. KNTZ not too happy about that. He's 1-7. He dropped 30 kills back on Vertigo. You can see ALPHA Red have definitely bitten off more they can chew more than they can chew with this map. I mean, it's not their fault, obviously. It's MVP's pick, but ALPHA Red not too happy to be here right now. 8 rounds on the T side. Another clean one for MVP. 3 players surviving. Chance to start to build up this economy that has been a bit rocky with ALPHA Red finding 3 rounds in a row.
And I think you totally understand how you end up on this map if you're ALPHA Red, right? Like, of course you're going to take Nuke out of the equation. MVP are stellar on Nuke. And on top of that, you kind of look at it, and you look at the fact that Free-For-All Mix are able to post 13 rounds versus MVP on this map. And that hopefully instilled a little bit of confidence in ALPHA Red. That said, having watched that game this morning, MVP looking a lot cleaner, a lot more kind of terrifying here in this first half than they did versus Free-For-All Mix. Ooh. It does feel like things are slotting into place a little bit more, and they are. Molotov sick.
Yeah, he didn't even have to peek mid to do it. Just lines it up, throws it into the headshot angle. Ooh, these flashbangs are good, but there's no follow-up. Oh my god, give him a break. So many flashbangs, so little peaks. Olivia doesn't want to overstep. They're actually just trying to take Banana, and they're doing a very good job of it. This Utah, fantastic, great shot. Flash is going back in, and the spam through the smoke as well from MVP. They find a lot of damage, but no kills. Olivia gets an AK, and he gets a chance to back off.
Yeah, they re-smoked down bottom Banana as well. And for MVP, that's like an immediate red flag. They've decided to leave B. ALPHA Red have read into this, though, anticipating that on the back of seeing 3 players down Banana, on the back of that smoke falling in, this is likely going to culminate in the A play. And that's not the case. Instead, it's looking like, I mean, this could either be the CT wrap, or Zion might not ever really do anything. He might just be here to deny these rotations, try and stop players from leaving the A bomb site that have stacked up here. He will start to take a position in CT. Oh, Fox is right behind him. Fox has spotted him. Zion gets deleted, and now MVP, there's that moment of hesitation. Olivia, Deegan down one, 789 with 2 more, and that round ends. 5 players alive for ALPHA Red. That was just Deagles. I'm so confused.
That banana control really messed up MVP's game plan going into that round as well, right? There were 12 seconds when Foxes was running through spawn when he died. They had to go. I mean, they couldn't have really even waited for him to activate because, you know, he had to run with his knife out the entire way. And 789 coming through the smoke for the last double. That's Blair screaming in the green room. We've clearly missed something good.
Yeah, why is he screaming?
He's just hyped. He loves a bit of agency, yes, Harry. Attack pause for MVP.
Taking a look what's going on over on the mainstream, Hugo.
Yeah.
Currently, we're in the second map, and 5 power and 9-6 up over on Mirage after having lost the opening map Overpass.
And they picked Overpass.
They did.
Interesting. 9-6 CT or 9-6 T?
9-6 CT.
We'll keep you guys updated, but the real game, I mean, they're both real games, but the real broadcast is going on here, Harry. This is where the magic happens. A bit of a B rush here from MVP. And ALPHA Red are going to need some magic to stop this one. Flash is going through. Olivia getting 1. Oh, what a spray transfer. Oh, my God. He gets all 4 kills. That is unbelievable. What a spray.
Foxes and Olivia doing just a stellar job there. And look at this. I mean, you just love to see it, don't you? I mean, I know they were only partially invested players, but that's stellar. That B-bomb site is so, not like easy to overwhelm, but so frequently, especially when it's a passive play back in the bomb site like that, you'll see the player at first oranges get overwhelmed.
Olivia's not... forgot to press the jump key.
Yeah, that one's not as good as the Molotov
No. That's supposed to go over the building and catch a player jumping on top of balcony from second mid. Olivia's been getting mollied off top B every round. He's not been given the chance to peek aggressively with that orb. This time he's been posted up on top of the half wall though, so rotate can come through. And Harry, this is the setup you wanted to see here. Olivia solo B and a 4-man A setup with the rifles right when MVP are going to walk into it. This is going to be a stronghold from ALPHA Red. Let's see if they can find success with it.
Not to mention, as far as buys go for MVP, this is not the award-winning buy that you would want heading into round 14. They do get out from the balcony. Zion gets down into the pit, so he'll make quick work of KNTZ. My roll's here, only good for 1. 3 on 3, and as these weapons are getting upgraded, as they're swapping things around, this round gets a little bit risky, but there's 789 to alleviate a lot of that pressure. And Foxes, he's the X factor. He's been waiting in graveyard all round long, and he'll fill it with bodies. 2 kills for him at the very end. And now heading into the last round of the half, it has been a stellar return on this CT side, a return to form from ALPHA Red. Yeah, they now 6-8. They're trying to go 7-8 again, and that was what they did back on Vertigo. That was enough.
I love that play from Fox as well. So many players, knowing that they have that headshot angle of Graveyard, would push and try and take kills. But the fact that he just doesn't and stays alive doesn't, you know, MVP have no idea he's there. They have no reason to check it. They think it's clear. They've got the picks in A. But Fox, very nice play. That's the bomb dropped as well. Not the start you wanted. Great nade as well to follow up on Zeph. Molotov, rather. Gonna have to put that out with his utility. Never fun when you have a low buy like this. It's the last round of the half, and they're running back 10s. They're running them into the B site one-on-one. ALPHA Red sitting 5-3 up right now. Looking to find their 7th CT round to close out the half. It would be exactly the same we saw back on Vertigo.
certainly looking that way. Oh. Foxes and Olivia got stuck on one another there. Now that bomb going down, and MAC-10's in the post plant. Not the ideal weapon. They might try and close the distance a bit. Uh-oh. Foxes gets eliminated there over towards the ruins. All three players for ALPHA Red grouped up and moving in with KNTZ, the only man on Banana. He's exerting this foothold. In the meantime, Zeta's pushed into CT. Now it's this three-man ruins play. Will he be ready for it? He backs off. They tap the bomb. Zeta, Myrol's on the angle. Shot miss! No! Ah, what's going on? But they get the defuse. No, it's not enough. It's not enough. That was almost one of the best MAC-10 plays I've ever seen. In fact, still probably was. But not quite. Oh, Z, I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him. 7-8 at the end of this first half as the CTs do manage to emerge victorious there. ALPHA Red turn it around. And now this feels like it actually could be anyone's game. We do have their T side coming up next to the CT side for MVP.
As we move into number 2, it is of course going to be the SED side now, so Favor swapping over and they already have the advantage. This was incredible from Zeta. If only there was time for that final kill.
He was getting it, by the way.
Yeah,
if there was half a second left, that round goes MVP's way and Zeta gets one of the the best MAC-10 clutch I've ever seen
a MAC-10
No,
clutch.
I know. Those are sentences. Those are two words that don't go hand in hand. MAC-10 clutch.
Yeah, you use one hand for the MAC-10, just sideways. But
now, the only Mac I know, actually, you remove one letter, is Mac-1.
Nice. Yell it from the rooftops, Harry.
I know he would if he was here. Pistol out of the way. 4 players for MVP grouped up over in top mid. This is a very, very top mid focused setup. All these crossfires. And it's not every day you see a team elect to play like this. It does look like Stacks here waiting even over towards short. One thing I will say is these short players aren't really in a position to help this duo out over at long. And they decide to aggress, pushing into the apartments. They find 2 kills. Now, there are players out from the balcony. They might be able to get into the site and get this bomb down, which now makes this round very interesting because MVP, they're hot on their heels out of the houses, and they're into the bomb site. Pistol round goes the way of MVP. It's quick, it's clean, and it's mean. 9-7 for MVP, and a chance to keep building this lead up now, moving in to their CT half.
What a round from Stacks as well. That all comes down to one missed shot in the boiler. He fires off a bullet, seeing them cross in front of him, and then Stacks doubles back, gets that kill, and just holds W through the apartments and mops up everyone. What a flex round from MVP. They did not wait to let ALPHA Red play their own game. They just pushed, and it works out fantastically. 3 kills for Stacks, and the defuse is in. Look at the buy, though. Had guns dropped over, Harry. I love this in the second round. It's hard to tell who won the previous. ALPHA Red with 2 AKs and a Galil. More rifles in their opposition, or just as many, in fact. It's going to be very reliant on these 3 men to step up in this round, specifically Myrol and Olivia. HSK pushing Banana aggressively. Nice nades. HSK and Zeph getting tagged up. Livy going through that smoke with a flashbang, and he's going to get taken down. That's a free AK gifted over, and no follow-up. ALPHA Red do not join him. Hung out to dry as MVP take the advantage in round number 17. Oh. Not fair.
Yeah. Imagine 789 is feeling the same way. Zeph actually jump peeks as well over the half wall, and he spots that there's players moving on in, so they have a good idea as to where MVP are in this round. Smoke falling for CT. That gets thrown in now. Flash to accompany it. Will they check the boost? So often this first man in won't be able to, and Zeph doubles up. Myrols actually has gotten 2 of his own. This bomb dropping, and he's been able to retrieve it. Smoke's down in CT. Looks like Zeta's just going to go barreling through, and that will blindside Myrols. He's not ready for that. So defuse presents itself. 10-7 for MVP. In spite of that force buy from ALPHA Red, the Koreans still able to find the round.
And look at the upgrades they get as well. They go into that round with like 2 FAMASs, 2 SMGs, and an M4. They leave it with 2 AKs and an M4. That's a huge upgrade. They're going to be able to buy down fully around that. And of course, we shouldn't have a buy here from ALPHA Red. They should be eco with a partial investment because of that bomb plant, because unless they want to force it back-to-back rounds and really get themselves in a hole, this should be the eco. And a bit of a pause before that. They can try and work out what they want to do in their follow-up round on rifles, rather than here and now. Let's see what the game plan is either way.
It was that one, man, where you're just
okay.
like, yeah, all right, cool. Well. As a result of getting that bomb down, at least ALPHA Red could stick a little bit more into this round. Right, they get some pistols now. They have a chance to keep the damage up, because they did still bring that previous round down to the 1v3 with a bomb plant. So if they can do a bit more damage in this one, you're not going to let MVP get into the same situation they did in the first half, where they just had so much money. It was disgusting. I just sounded like the Vine of that Scottish woman.
Disgusting. Yeah, no utility. Inferno can be a tricky one. Oh, have some utility back. Great nade to tag down the 2 unarmored players. Playing with fire here on long. I mean, look how goblined MVP are. They're just holding crossfires, waiting for ALPHA Red to walk up. They're not giving them a pick short or long. So that's why ALPHA Red are going to rotate back. But into this jump spotting player, Zeph will get the info. There it is. Smoke can go down, rotate can come back. Oh, looking to commit. ALPHA Red will just double back towards A. They forced 2 players over towards B. They know they have a 3-2 setup right now. That much should be clear. And so just create a bit of confusion, slow down, be quiet. Actually, a further rotate towards B as well. We've got Zeta here. So MVP, they are stacked up. 20 seconds, and here we go. The dry push through the smoke.
Yeah.
You okay?
No, I just mean that's a bit of a wrecking there. You try and dry push B into 3 players. Obviously, you only have pistols, so kind of goes about as well as it should have done.
You're mashing it.
Mash, yeah. And also, important to note, KNTZ 3-12. You think about how important he's been in every one of these series for ALPHA Red. Now, that's not necessarily a negative. I'm going to try and put a positive spin on this, Hugo.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
ALPHA Red have still managed a 7-11 scoreline with their first buy coming in now. If KNTZ could even return to like 1/4 of his form from the previous maps, That's like having a 5th player activated in the server. They managed to get 7 in a 4-on-5. The rest of the squad are really doing a good job of picking up the slack here. But you cannot have that continue. You need to see KNTZ have a return to form because MVP, they're all firing on all cylinders right now.
Yeah, they're locking this down, 11-7, and a deep banana smoke. They've cut ALPHA Red out of banana once again. They need a response to this, but right now they're just looking to pile onto the A site. 4 CTs here on defense. I'm sure ALPHA Red know that this is going down. When they see that deep banana smoke, they're aware that MVP are running solo B. They can even see him jumping around, being curious. Zeph making sure there's no one crawling, creeping up banana. That's about to change. ALPHA Red setting up fake utility towards that A site. That's going to be a pit side smoke. And here comes the B creep. Zeph gets spotted, and now the rotate is a very long way away. If ALPHA Red commit right now, right here, they are going to be able to get there before the CTs do. So Zeph needs some defensive kills. Great flashbang coming in a little late, but he still gets the frag from it. There's the response through the smoke in the Molotov. HSK, there's fire in the pool, and he's going to get a double for it. 20 seconds for the spawn to go down, and they might just get it after all. 789 turns the tide of battle. Molotov deep. Stacks has to go through. He hears the footsteps, and 789, he just keeps adding numbers to the tally. Zion's got to win this on his own, and he's found the first and both. MVP pick it up. One-on-ones just coming through there. Absolutely no team play on that retake, but I'm all for it. Those individual efforts to stop the bomb from going down, they delay ALPHA Red so much that they're able to find the round. Zion with 2 and MVP with 12.
Yeah, tactical pause for MVP. Even though they've been finding all this success, they're still not content. I'm trying to take some time to make sure everyone's on the same page. These sorts of avenues in the game, it's not where you want the other team to start to find their footing, start to find their confidence again and build back into things. MVP, the pressure's still on them, right? They might be in the lead, things might be looking up, but they are a map down in this series, right? And it's not over till it's over. You can't start to take your foot off the gas, as it were.
Someone needs to put their foot on the gas as ALPHA Red. This T side has been lackluster so far. They've had a lot of very close rounds, but no rounds. Close is not enough, Harry. Ooh. Taps through the smoke, and there it is. Oh, that was through the corner of the wall. ALPHA Red have got to try and do something with this, because now MVP, they're finally going to be able to execute, not in a 5-on-5. I feel like every execute ALPHA Red have gone for has been in a 5-on-5. Finally, they have an advantage. MVP cannot run double B. ALPHA Red now just have to work out, is this going to be a heavy mid setup, or is this going to be a heavy B setup? It's mid right now. And so ALPHA Red creep up towards this B bomb site. HSK might need Zeta to come rotate.
They will pull him on round, and he'll wait on the other side of that CT smoke. Does have a flashbang if you wanted to go through. It actually looks like he's holding it now. It's the Incendiary instead. He's going to try and flash himself in. Does get the timing, and smoke's fallen. Zeta could do so much, and he's doing so much. Still alive, still fighting. They finally shut him down, but he has delivered. He stepped up in this round, and now it's KNTZ and Myrols. The top performer from the last map turned bottom performer left in this clutch, but he gets dropped. Stacks with the double. And it's stacks on stacks for MVP. Money's looking good. 13th round locked in. They're looking to take us to Mirage, Hugo.
They lined up on B there. KNTZ went into that smoke and CT, and it faded. And then he just got mowed down with his teammate on the bomb site. Doesn't get much better than that. These odds that were basically the same about 10, 15 rounds ago at like 6-0, well, they haven't changed. And there's no need for them to do so. This game is still looking so good for the Korean side. Few more rounds left to lock in, and they're going to be taking themselves to Mirage, that third and final decider. A chance for them to get through to the playoffs of this minor, out of Group B, but most importantly, knock the opposition out. One less team they have to face. ALPHA Red did beat these guys in the group stage originally to get to that upper bracket match that they eventually lost to Tyloo, but now the bottom seed has come back to bite them. Oh, some great shots from Zeta, and this lineup from Stacks. See, didn't even see the second
Yeah,
man.
he just sprays. He's like, oh,
Cool.
well, because he keeps shooting even after the kills have come through. Like there was that moment where it's like, oh, I got them both. ALPHA Red. Oh, I mean, you think about how much of recovery they were able to have towards the end of that CT side, and it does make sense that the T side, it's a lot harder to do the same thing, right? It can just feel like you're running into a brick wall. And that's kind of how it feels now for ALPHA Red. They haven't really had anything they can look at and say, that worked for us, right? Let's try and exploit that. And on top of this, with so few rounds to act as your buffer on this T side left now, you don't really have any time to experiment if you're ALPHA Red. You can't try and find the gaps in the defense. You just kind of got to pick a spot and hope that you're able to find something in these next few rounds. They will be setting up over in the apartments. Whether or not this is a commitment is still yet to really emerge. That bomb still dropped all the way back towards the ramp. But Fox is finding the opener. First time in a while that ALPHA Red have started a round with the man advantage.
Actually, they started last round with the man advantage, but that was the first time they'd done it. So, you know, and they still didn't convert it, Harry. So don't count them out. Don't count MVP out just yet. Molotov in the pit, and they don't check balcony. Zine lines him up to, oh, Zine! 3 frags. Can he ace it? Not today, but he's still got players in the pit to save it. MVP still all over this bomb site. Stacks with another, and Fox is just down to 20, jumping above him. Stacks shooting down, and Fox now in the one-on-one doesn't realize Zephyr's crossed. He will finish off the round. It is another one for MVP. Add it to the tally, Harry. Put another check on the whiteboard, because it's 14-7, and ALPHA Red are sleeping at the wheel.
I don't even know if it's ALPHA Red are asleep at the wheel, but just like MVP are really wired at the wheel. Like that's the
9 Red Bulls in.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, they got caffeine tablets. They got all of it, man.
It's like me when I get, you know, when I land at the airport, I've got to drive home, just like overloaded on caffeine, on no sleep, eyes glued to the road.
Pilot in a vehicle. You haven't set yourself up as a very safe
I'm
human
a very
being.
safe driver, Harry.
Of course you're speeding.
Pilot, not the best pilot, no.
Wow. 789 trading some damage. At least attempting to as he tries to line the nade up. Zeph's over here at the top banana alone. He's just jumping for the information, still holding on to this smoke here. I like the way he's done this. He's actually checking to see if that wasn't just a flash up banana with no commitment. He waits because he didn't see anyone. He just saw a flashbang. You don't want to go rotating off of that. And he hasn't even thrown this smoke. This is some amazing restraint from him just to wait this late in the round. Now, this isn't even a B play. This is still just a ruse. MVP have actually over-rotated into this. They've brought round Zeta. And in the meantime, ALPHA Red have worked their way up in through middle.
Oh.
Zeta, lots of bodies there, perhaps more than he was ready for. They will get that trade. Flash pushes them back from long. They're going to try and split CT. This round has kind of just gone to utter chaos. The mid-round calls are really deciding the flow of this. They're doing this all on the fly, and that's the bomb dropped over in CT. KNTZ with the trade, but the trade found in return. HSK
12 seconds.
Sat on this bomb for Foxes. He's got to get all the kills. There's no time. And he gets deleted.
That's
round for MVP. And you could just tell, right, they were trying to play based around what they could see, the kills that they were getting. And there was that moment where Myrolls kills an A-bomb site player, and you could see they started to bring that bomb back through CT, and there was just like that dilly-dallying of like, do we go A, do we go B? And then they just decide, screw it, B play, 20 seconds, we got to go. And with so little time left, that's kind of what happens.
I mean, they did a really good job of putting so much pressure on B that they forced the long player to rotate. They then take the position of the long player up on long and open up CT. So, yeah, nice job of getting there in the first place, but nothing done with it. And this is a slaughter. MVP wanting to win the map here and now. They certainly could. There's team kills coming through. Olivia doesn't want KNTZ to find Resurgence, so he just shuts him down himself. 4 on 2. Where do you go from here? ALPHA Red's T-side has been empty of success. I wouldn't even say it's the worst T-side I've seen. Just MVP have been shutting it down, and they are not stopping anytime soon. Fountain fight from Zeta. He gets 1, and the pistol 1-tap to close out the map. We are heading to Mirage. 16-7 MVP. Get out the server. Or ALPHA Red, rather.
Yeah, I was going to say. You just voicing a personal vendetta.
I was quoting them.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's fair. And yeah, I mean, a stellar performance from the MVP guys. This is the team that we've been wanting to see, and now this becomes a very exciting 3-map series.